Hey, what's going on, people? It's your boy Robert Thompson-Eshun here, back with another video. And today I'm going to be sharing a topic that I wish I knew before when I first started pharmacy school. And basically it's just talking about how to study for a longer period of time and be able to focus for a long period of time. And basically I know this is probably a perfect time to do this because a lot of people are learning new skills right now because they have a lot more time in their hands, as well as reading and studying and more time at your computer screen, or just in general learning the task and sitting down and focusing on that task. So I just want to share with you guys my tips that I've used over the years and I actually improved on recently, and just basically to share you guys those things so that way you guys can improve and learn new skills. So let's get right into the video. So my first tip is have the right environment. If you watch any of my videos, you probably see me cleaning every single time I make a video, because I just think it's so helpful to have a clean environment, have mental clarity that you did something today, and overall a nice workspace around you, especially when you're inside nowadays. You just really gotta have a nice workspace because you don't want to have everything cluttered and everything. And I also like to have nice little music playing. For music, I like to have maybe a lo-fi hip hop, or I like to have R&B playing in the background. That's my preference. But what I would recommend is that if you're gonna have music playing, make sure it has no lyrics on it, or if it does have lyrics on it, make sure you know the songs, because I've had times where I literally switch the song up real quickly and basically all of a sudden just start jamming, and there's no way I'm gonna be studying when I'm jamming to some of my favorite songs. So it's good to have music that maybe set a playlist up already that you like, and that way it can really help you overall just to enjoy the experience a little more, because if you're staying up a long period of time studying, you really don't want to hate the fact that you're studying, because I don't like studying that long. So what I like to do is have certain things around me that help me enjoy it a little better. So that music is really one of the things I like to have a lot of times, and it helps you stay in the rhythm. In terms of the environment, you can also just have a nice little chair you like to sit at, or a nice little environment that you use just for that reasoning. So for me, I like to have a nice little study lamp, and a certain part of my table is just for studying certain topics. So that way every time I know I'm sitting in that exact spot, and that exact spot is clean and there's no distractions, everything is like that, I'm in the perfect zone to really just focus on that. And it's good to associate certain things with your studying or your work, because then you really can actually improve on it a lot, as opposed to just doing everything at once. So for me, I like to make sure that I have a certain area set up with my study lamp on, and I actually put study lamp on it so that I know when I turn it on, I have to start studying. So it's just a good trigger to have every time I study. So the next tip is going to be remembering your reasoning while you're doing this. So if you're doing a task or if you're studying, one of the most important things I've learned is that you have to really understand the reasoning while you're doing it, because this is going to allow you to have so much more energy when you're doing it. And right here I have on top of my board all my different goals and tasks, and the reasoning why, the end goal that I want to achieve with this. So that's very important, is that you have an end goal and you know it, so that way you understand that this task you're doing right now, even though it could be hard, it's very, very long, and it seems like there's no end to it, this is going to help prepare you in order to achieve what you want to achieve in the future. And it's very, very important that you have it up there and you constantly read it. I read every single day, every single night, and the midday sometimes, just because having that end in mind is just so important. Now, if you watch my video, How to Study Effectively, you probably know this one already, but basically it's the Pomodoro technique. I talked about this a lot of times, and I've recently watched a video about it, which I'll link in the description down below. I'll also link down everything else I'm talking about right now in the description down below if you want to check it out yourself. But basically, Pomodoro session or technique is basically when you study for 25 minutes, or you do a task for 25 minutes, and you spend 5 minutes taking a study break. And it's very, very important when you take the study break that you kind of disengage from everything you're doing. So I like to stand up, walk around the house, or just drink a glass of water or something, just to break the cycle of you studying and not looking at things. And also don't like to touch my phone too much, because when you touch your phone, you're probably going to do more than 5 minutes. So that's very, very helpful for me. And also I've been experimenting a lot recently with trying out different methods. So one of the methods I like to try out recently is trying different time intervals. So recently I've been trying a 15 to 3 minutes, or a 50 to 10 minutes. I feel some tasks are not always in this 25-minute time frame, and I feel also the fact that when I first start studying, it's hard for me to just sit down and just start doing 25 minutes out of nowhere. So I like to do a 15 minutes, just kind of ease into it, because it's not as hard to do. And as you get more into it, you start to have a flow state where you're you start going on and on, and you start understanding material and connecting the dots. And eventually, once you get like into like a couple, 3 or 4 sessions of this, then you can really start doing like a 15 to 10 minutes or even longer until you understand the topic. Sometimes I'll be doing a whole PowerPoint, which is like an hour and 30 minutes straight, just stay studying. And that's after I've like started to understand material a lot more, because when you don't understand material, it's hard to just power through things, and it's also not good because then you're not really like gonna understand it anyway. So what's the point of memorizing something you don't understand? So it's very important you understand the material first, and then you memorize it later on. My next hack is gonna be rewarding yourself. Now this is something I've really enjoyed doing, and I wish I knew this one before as well. This one is gonna help you because when you're doing a task, one of the best ways to build a habit is if you actually reward yourself. So like the best way to set up a good or a bad habit is by rewarding yourself. So that way what you do is basically when you do a good task, you reward yourself, and if you do a bad task, you don't reward yourself, or you don't give yourself consequence. So like for me, when I do a 25-minute session, I like to give I do 2 15-minute sessions, I reward myself. That could be like a candy, like a small little snack, like a fruit, even just like a random thing out of nowhere. Find what you like to do and just like give yourself a little snack here and there, or just like maybe like you can walk around for a bit, or you can like call your friend for a bit. I don't know. You find something that you like to do a lot, and then you just do that real quickly. I do like maybe like 3 to 5 sessions in a day. I'll be like, okay, I can relax a little bit. I can play video games with my friends now because I've actually rewarded myself. I did the hard things today. I reward myself by being able to talk to my friends, play video games for like the rest of the night. Or I can reward myself by watching like a YouTube video that I really enjoy, my favorite commentators, because I know like once I start watching videos, it's like it's over. Whenever I watch a video, I just like, that's one of my reward systems. I watch a video that I've been meaning to watch for a long period of time, and that usually helps me out a lot. So my final tip that I've been using to help me focus and study longer is going to be being able to use the domino effect. Now this is something I recently coined the term of, and basically it just means that like you start with the easy task first and you go into the hard task, because I found that like for me especially, when you start with the hard task and then sometimes it's just like impossible to understand in the beginning, and you're just sitting there like, I don't want to do this anymore, and you set up this entire day of planning out all these different things you want to do today, and it's like, bro, I can't get this one thing done now, so now I don't know if I want to do the rest of them. Like everything seems impossible now. Like this is impossible, and it's like, the main important thing you should do is that you start with easy tasks first, build that momentum, like I said before, build the momentum up a little bit, and then you can tackle the hard tasks later on, because now you feel like you have more confidence in yourself. The same thing like if you're lifting weights, like you lift weights, you start off with like some easy weights real quick, like you do like 135, 225, and then you do 315. Then you don't start with 315, you start with get up to it first, and then once you get that momentum up, you're like, all right, bet, I can got this now, let's get it. And another thing I like to do also with this domino effect, you can do a different method that my friends have been doing a lot recently, which is kind of like you kind of plan out the times you have the most energy. So for me, I noticed I have a lot of energy like in the morning, right after my first workout, when I do my cardio or exercise, like jump rope, whatever, and take a shower afterwards. I do that main hard task or like a decently hard task in that time frame, because I have all this energy up, you know what I'm saying? Like all my energy is perfectly set up, or I do like maybe like an afternoon time around like 4 to 7. I feel like I have like the most energy, because usually I have like maybe a caffeine break, or I take like a little caffeine shot real quickly in that time period. Those are the times that I usually like try to do some decently hard tasks, because that's when you have the most energy, and that helps you a lot because you need a lot of energy sometimes to do some of these tasks. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you liked the video, make sure you like it down below, comment if you have any questions, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Catch up, bye.